Huge boost for P2B as a two-term PDP rep. Governorship aspirant, ex-commissioner, Defects to Labour Party. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. P2B's presidential ambition has received a huge boost as some prominent PDP chieftains defect to the Labour Party in Ebonyi State. Chief Linus Okori, a former House of Representatives member, is one of the new defectors at the southeastern state. Anselm Enigwe, a former commissioner for education in the state, also joined the Labour Party alongside Okori and others. A former House of Representatives member and chieftain of the People Democratic Party (PDP), Chief Linus Okori, and 3 other chieftains of a party have dumped the main opposition party for the Labour Party (LP) in Ebonyi State. Others who defected to the Labour Party include the governorship aspirant of the PDP, Chief Eze Emmanuel, a chieftain of a party, Anselm Enigwe, a former commissioner for education in the state, and Prince Chibes Agbo. The Punch reported. Meanwhile, in other news, P2B supporters sending me death threats or Masaya raises alarm. Earlier, news reported that the respected Nigerian journalist Sam Omasaya accused the supporters of OB of sending him death threats. This came a day after his latest article titled Obituary was published by The Nation. Mr. B, call your supporters to order. They're calling and issuing death threats. If anything happened to me, you'll be held responsible, he tweeted. Meanwhile, Obi has previously asked the supporters to allow him to respond to any candidate who speaks about him. In a tweet on Monday, July 25th, Obi asked the supporters to concentrate on promoting the vision of making Nigeria a better country. Well, let me say this. First of all, they said defections is raining. Of course, defection is raining, and that is how it happened. This is how it happens every election period. That's what we see. You see sincere defection. You don't even know which one of them is sincere. In fact, I don't even want to believe that during elections, defections are sincere because people will they defect for different reasons. You know, some of them defect for just furthering their ambitions. While I know some of them defect for some other issues. Well, it's not new, and of course we expect more defections as the time goes by. Okay, more and more defection ongoing from APC and from PDP. Even Atiku will soon join the obedient family. I do not know about the two ancestors of Tinubu and Buhari. I am unapologetically obedient. Okay, well, like I said, it is going to be raining defection, and this is just the beginning. A lot of defections will happen. A whole lot of defections will happen. Like I said, it's election period, so it is even going to be very difficult to even know the defections that are based on, let me go and, help out, or let me go and hustle for my pocket. We don't know. We don't know this defection, the interest or the minds of those that are defecting. Okay. They are from PDP to the child of PDP. I do not see an opposition in this forthcoming election. Those who were together in 2019 and got about 11 million votes are now divided themselves into two and still thinking each or either of the two is going to win. Let us wait and see. Well, for this your statement, this is a good one. And before you come for me, this is the reason why Adeya and Judeji was coming out and screaming his lungs out that opposition parties, especially the smaller parties like the Labour Party, the New Nigerian People's Party, ADP, YPP, AAC, that he said they should come together. That if they don't come together, they were in one way or another, directly or indirectly, working for Tinubu. That is what he said. Because he's saying, okay, at the end of the day, what will happen will be PDP people that were supposed to vote for the People Democratic Party. He was being a realist. And people were taking it that he was attacking P2B. You understand? He even came out recently to say he's no longer supporting Obi. He screamed out his lungs. Apart from the fact that he was supporting Obi then, he did not allow his support for Obi to becloud his sense of seeing things as they were. He came out openly and said, now this thing line be this, you understand? This is how it is. That is what he said. He said, this is how it is. And I tell you, that this particular issue now, if you look and if you check him, he's actually right. Yes, he's actually right. Yeah, I'm not saying yes, it is actually correct. Let's say, for instance, now, let me use this scenario. Let's say, for instance, you're a member of PDP, and then in that election day, because of this obese movement now. Let's say you and your friends are a member of PDP, and because of this obese movement, some of them say they are no longer supporting PDP, that they want to support Obi. Now, let's say you give your vote for PDP, another person gives the vote for Labour Party, another person gives their vote to, let's say, for YPP. Votes could be divided, but the opposition remains opposition. Are you getting my point now? The opposition, that is the ruling party now, remains there. Nobody is defecting from their party. Why? People don't want. There are a lot of people, whether I like it or not, I've said it, there are a lot of people that enjoys this government. No matter how you are screaming your lungs out, saying, things are not going well for you, there are people who are really enjoying this government, and they will not want this government to go out. They want this government to remain there for as long as can be. Okay? I wonder where Obi gets his strength from. Man is a workaholic. Okay. This is just the beginning. Governors and senators will soon join, and obedient will stand. They don't spoil their own party, come join Labour Party. God no go gree for now. Well, the people of Nigeria, remember this time around, we're not even voting for party. We're voting for the persons. That is why I'm saying, I just hope this kind of political activeness we are holding onto for the presidential election. We're going to hold on to it for both the governorship election, the local government election, the councillorship election, House of Reps, different constituencies, different elective positions that will hold this kind of activeness for all those, so that we're going to elect competent persons who are willing to serve and make their country better across all positions. Okay, on this note, we have come